Manchester United and Arsenal face off again in a huge Premier League showdown at Old Trafford this afternoon. United endured a frustrating evening in San Sebastian midweek, held to a 1-1 draw against Real Sociedad, despite taking the lead through Joshua Zirkzee. Arsenal is coming into the game as favorites because their form has been much better than anything shown by United this season. Mikel Arteta's side recorded a 7-1 win over PSV Eindhoven in the Champions League on Tuesday night, meaning they've had more days to prepare for their trip to Old Trafford. The Gunners are 16 points behind league leaders Liverpool, albeit with 2 games in hand, but it would take an almighty collapse for the Merseyside outfit to slip up from here. Meanwhile, United are having a terrible season, with Amorim's side currently 14th in the Premier League. The Reds have a long list of absentees due to injury as they go into the game as underdogs. Ruben Amorim is set to meet Mikel Arteta in the dugouts for the 3rd time this season. The 2 previous clashes have come at the Emirates Stadium, with the Gunners winning December's Reverse League fixture 2-0, before United came out on top in January's FA Cup 3rd round tie. Of course, it doesn't bode well that United have lost their last 4 Premier League games against Arsenal, which is our longest ever losing run against the Gunners. There are things to watch out for when Manchester United take on Arsenal. First, a potential milestone win on the cards for Manchester United. If United come out on top in Sunday's eagerly anticipated matchup, then United will claim a 100th victory against Arsenal. A milestone victory over Arsenal would bring joy, but it wouldn't be enough to paper up the cracks from a disappointing campaign. The Reds have only beaten Aston Villa on more occasions. That's 106 times. Secondly, Chido Obi Martin is likely to face his former club for the first time. After leaving Arsenal's academy in the summer, Chido Obi signed for Manchester United and has already made 3 appearances under Amorim. The 17-year-old has yet to start a game for United's first team, but he is knocking on the door. Obi is likely to appear against his former club, with Rasmus Højlund struggling to score goals, having failed to do so in the previous 19 matches. Obi wouldn't be the first United Academy striker to make his first ever Premier League start against Arsenal, with Marcus Rashford given his introduction in the same fixture under Louis van Gaal back in March 2016 when he scored twice in a 4-2 win at Old Trafford. Mikel Arteta also hits a milestone. He takes charge of his 200th Premier League game as Arsenal coach. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta will become the 14th manager to oversee 200 Premier League games while in charge of one club, although the Spaniard will be the 2nd youngest manager, after Roberto Martinez, to reach the milestone. On another note, Arteta has a fine record against United, having won 7 of his 10 Premier League games against the Reds, drew 1 and lost 2. He also has the highest win rate, 70% of all managers to face the Reds, at least 5 times. United will be aiming to mark Arteta's latest milestone with a crushing defeat for the visitors. Finally, Manchester United fans protest. Manchester United fan group The 1958 are planning a major protest against the Glazer family ahead of the game as anger over the club's controversial ownership continues. United fans are urged to gather outside the Tollgate pub at 3 p.m., wearing black to symbolize the slowly dying football club. The 1958 are protesting against the Glazers and the constant threat to fan culture. Amorim has publicly supported the protests, stressing that everyone at United has a voice. Manchester United face Arsenal on Sunday afternoon, with Ruben Amorim just wanting his team to survive physically. This is Amorim's first meeting with Mikel Arteta at Old Trafford since he arrived at Manchester United, and it sees Arsenal visit a United side still in an injury crisis. Amorim will be without everyone who missed the Europa League clash with Real Sociedad. Manchester United currently sit 14th in the league after a terrible campaign to date. However, a win against Arsenal would do wonders for the season, moving the club closer to the top 10, which seems the best-case finish. Due to a small squad, the biggest decision Amorim has to make is whether he gives Obi a start after he outperformed Rasmus Højlund last weekend. So here is our predicted lineup for United to take on Arsenal. Starting in goal, there is little option for Amorim but to start Andre Onana with Altay Bayindir still out with an injury. In the right-sided center-back position, Yoro is becoming undroppable. Amorim has tipped Yoro to be a top player, and he's well on his way. In the middle of the back 3, De Ligt is arguably the first name on the team sheet. De Ligt was phenomenal against Sociedad, and we will need him on top form here. Completing the back 3, Mazraoui has transformed himself to be a central defender, with his full-back qualities not fitting as a wing-back. Starts on the left after an impressive midweek. Dalot is on thin ice for United, but likely start with no real options otherwise. Dalot left his teammates fuming on Thursday and needs to improve. With Manuel Ugarte still out injured, we would much rather see Collyer than 60 Miller's Casemiro. He looked sharp on his return from injury midweek. In midfield, Fernandes should partner Collyer as the club captain has evolved into a very strong number 8 for Amorim's system. A definite starter. It may be a bold choice, but with Patrick Dorgu suspended and using Dalot in this position counterproductive, Amorim should hand Amas his debut. He deserves the chance, and this allows the strongest back three to remain together. United are so much better with a natural left-sided player on the left instead of Dalot. Garnacho got his 7th assist of the season on Thursday, and by default starts here against Arsenal. Zirkzee is becoming one of United's most important players, and he's sure to start this one against Arsenal. Finally, starting up front, we would like to see Obi start, and he will likely make a substantial cameo. But Højlund deserves to start after a better display on Thursday, in which he was unfortunately ignored. Arsenal are riding high on confidence as they prepare for their Premier League face-off against Manchester United, following a 7-1 midweek victory over PSV Eindhoven in the Champions League. However, they know that another victory is vital to keep their faint league title aspirations alive. Mikel Arteta's team currently trail Liverpool by 16 points, although they have 2 games in hand over Arne Slot's side. The Gunners will need to bring their European form to Old Trafford after lackluster displays in their previous 2 league matches all but extinguished their title dreams. The team has managed to find the net only twice in their last 4 league outings before their emphatic win over PSV. Both goals were scored late in the game against Leicester City, who are languishing at the bottom of the table. Despite this, spirits will be high after their effortless victory over the Dutch side. However, Arteta faces tough decisions regarding his starting 11. With Ben White making appearances from the bench after returning from injury, there are questions about whether he should start in defense to gain more playing time. Miles Lewis-Skelly will also be available after serving a suspension for his red card against West Ham. However, the teenager was substituted off before halftime in the midweek match when he arguably should have already been sent off. Jurrien Timber's versatility gives Arteta options in defense. Unfortunately, 5 players will definitely miss the clash against Ruben Amorim's side due to various reasons. Gabriel Jesus and Takahiro Tomiyasu are set to be sidelined for the remainder of the season due to knee surgeries, while Kai Havertz is also out until pre-season following a hamstring operation. Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli remain unavailable as well. This leaves Arsenal with a mere 17 senior players at their disposal for their forthcoming clash against Manchester United, as per the official club website. This tally does not include Lewis-Skelly or Ethan Nwaneri, both listed as Arsenal Academy players on the Gunners' official site, who will be part of the squad as usual. Nathan Butler-Oyedeji, an academy forward who has frequently been on the bench recently, could also get another call-up to bolster the attacking options. This is set to be a massive showdown at Old Trafford. Can Manchester United finally end their poor run against Arsenal, or will Mikel Arteta's side continue their dominance? Will Ruben Amorim take a bold risk with Chido Obi, or will Højlund finally find his scoring touch? I want to hear your predictions. Drop them in the comments below. Who makes your ideal starting 11? What's your final score prediction? Let's get the discussion going. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on United's season. Share this with fellow Red Devils and football fans. Let's build the biggest United community right here. I'll be back with post-match analysis, player ratings, and more, so make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss it.